Hello, welcome back to the BCS podcast. I believe episode 3, week 3 recap, week 4 preview. How was our weekend, gentlemen?
I mean, it was an in-state rivalry, right?
2-0 on the weekend.
Man, listen, I didn't say
which is always a good thing.
Yeah, the rare 3-0 for the podcast. Those will become few and far between as we get later in the season. So I mean, I guess we could probably start quickly with the Big Ten scores. We could talk about our 3 games and then just run down what I was saying just before we start recording. Maybe one of the best weekends we've had in a long time in terms of the biggest game of each slate absolutely delivering. So
first off, Big Ten Friday, Indiana blows out Indiana State. We don't really have to touch on it. 73-0. It wasn't close. There was nothing about this game that was close. There was no sort of offense from Indiana State.
And then the funny part about that game, we have so the people that do college fantasy, this thing called Fantrax is the website you use, and they listed the wrong Mendoza first.
Yeah, I got him.
Funnily enough, the other Mendoza scored this game. He actually looked a beast, apparently.
So that's good.
Alberto Mendoza.
And then the big
third round pick by Zach.
Third round pick with the wrong quarterback. And then the other one that kind of caused a little issues.
Cost a man his
job. Foster has been fired. UCLA loses to New Mexico at home, 35-10. Look, they didn't look good. Nothing about their team looked good.
Nico looked
I don't know.
That's it.
No. Nico looked terrible. The Tennessee fans in their hate watch.
I hard disagree about Nico looking terrible, but in case you're wondering, this was from my sister. I will show this thing. She was on campus. It's a pin that says Nico who, this one's for you, and it's a middle finger. It was the buttons that these sorority people would say. So people would say, we'll talk about that game in a minute. You have one of your biggest rivals you cannot beat since 2016 you have on campus. You're worried about your quarterback that left you, whatever. But again, I don't think Nico is the problem. Am I a Nico truther? Absolutely. You guys know that I live and die with the quarterbacks I choose. I don't think he's terrible. Now, he is fired, and there was another firing, which I think made a lot more sense. Virginia Tech, they got blown up by Old Dominion. We won't talk about that.
Yeah.
But the fascinating part now, and I've actually definitely not been contacted by one of my close good friends that definitely doesn't work for Michigan. If I have my transfer portal list ready, because when coaches get fired, the portal opens. So Virginia Tech players and UCLA players can enter the portal and not burn an eligibility a year of a red shirt.
Yeah, they have to wait. They have to play
it's a free roll for them. So it could the wheels could come off. This is probably the last week you're going to see a lot of these guys. They might do one more. If I'm a player on UCLA, that's good, right? They have 2 good running backs that are pretty decent, like Javion Thomas, and they got some crazy hyphenated Hawaiian last name receiver who caught a touchdown. I would be hitting schools up and be like, all right, I'm doing an audition next week. Whoever the hell UCLA has, I don't even know. Let me quickly pull it up.
This is the big question now. Is
Northwestern in the middle of the Midwest on BTN, probably give it a reasonable time. They have a bye week this week and the 1 week after. So this whole bye week, you can sell yourself to the people at the portal, and they'd be like, all right, I'm going to go show what I can do. Free, basically thing. Because these kids, this is almost the best thing that happens for them, because normally when coaches get screwed, it's like, oh, the year's over. But these kids can now opt out of the portal and probably get way more money than they would anywhere else. And they could I think they can join the team. They won't be able to play.
Yeah, they can't play. They can't play all season.
Yeah, McCulley kind of joined Michigan a little bit earlier last year and started learning the playbook earlier and stuff. So it's almost like a early enrollee. But
and I mean the big question mark is what's going to happen with Nico now. I just don't know.
And you also, here's the thing, Blake, you brought a good point up. If you didn't notice, Ohio State's offensive line coach was Virginia Tech's old offensive coordinator. So who knows what we get from Virginia Tech, which I wouldn't mind a few of their linemen. They always produce some pretty good linemen.
Yeah.
Look, UCLA's in the dumps. I mean, I think moving forward, maybe we just don't mention them because I don't know that I really want to talk about them and them being in our conference. So we can just kind of move on.
I don't even know if UCLA is that bad. I think just New Mexico is that good. Like, again, this team was super fun when they played us. I think we're going to see where is Jason Eck go now. Does he go to Wisconsin if they actually fire Fickle? Because that's a disaster. We'll talk about in a minute. Or like, where does he go?
I think it's a combo of both because I don't think New Mexico is like that team of the past like 2 to 3 seasons where they win 2 games, 3 games, something like that. Yeah. But I don't think that UCLA is that good. UCLA is the bottom of the barrel of the Big Ten.
Went from like 50-1 to like I think plus 200 or 300 to win the Mountain West. Like. Because Boise's not nearly what they thought they were. UCLA, are you? What's it called?
Yeah, but the
UNLV hung around with UCLA, right? So
UNLV,
yeah, you know what I mean. UNLV, UCLA, they play whatever. You know, interchangeable. But did they just hire Eck? I mean, Midwestern ties. He's been out west coaching recently. I don't know. Look, dude, he got me fired up. They lost their best player, Scotty Humphrey, in the first half after he had like 100 yards on the ground. So. They are losing guys, and they got better throughout the game. I kept looking at it. I'm like, do you invest in this live line? Do you take the live line? I kept looking at it, and it's like, I don't know. I mean, they just soundly beat them.
Yeah.
I don't know. They've lost 2 really bad games now. So if we're just going to touch on the other games, Penn State wins 52-6. Like another game where they just start off super slow. Illinois rules Western 38-0.
No, hold on. No. We're not. Whoa. No. We are going to talk about Penn State for 1 second here. Okay. Good teams win, great teams cover against an FCS school, especially. And the fact that you gave up a touchdown on the last play of the game not to cover, screw you, James Franklin.
Mind you, one of their fourth. They were. I'm looking at it right now, just so people know. It was 38-0 Penn State in the fourth quarter. They had all their starters in halfway through the fourth quarter. So Katron Allen scoring. So that's why I don't feel as bad for this brutal backdoor cover. Like I know it sucks. Sorry, Cozy, but like if you have to play your starters 4 quarters against an FCS school, I mean, come on. I know it's a in-state rivalry, but like Philly Penn State isn't really a rivalry. Like if this is like Villanova Temple. Yeah, of course. It's the 5, but like, come on. Penn State Villanova.
I don't even know if Villanova Temple. Temple's not playing their starters in the fourth quarter normally against Villanova.
Well, no, like Temple and Villanova, like a huge rivalry in basketball. The 5 teams in city, whatever the hell they call them.
But that's the Big 5, yes. But that's that's basketball. They're comparable. They're compatible. Like I mean, Villanova's probably the better basketball program than Temple. But if you go like at football program, like. Villanova is getting like 2 stars, maybe a few 3 stars at maximum, maybe like 1 or 2. Where I mean, Penn State has how many 4 and 5 stars? Like
a lot.
They should be
backup to better than anybody in the history of Villanova's program. Like,
correct. I'm just look that even though the backdoor cover stuff like that. You still didn't blow out, like you didn't blow the doors off Villanova until very late. Like, I don't know. It was not impressive. But we can move on now. We can go to the noon game, the big noon kickoff game, which
Alabama did what they had to do against Wisconsin. Wisconsin's just not. They're everything we expected at the beginning of the year. They're only one of their touchdowns was a kickoff return. Like they just aren't really playing to any higher level, and I think the end is near. If it stays this coast for the rest of the year, I think the end is near. Even though the extension came in, I just don't see why.
I'm kind of buying back in on Bama a little bit too.
Yeah.
I'm buying low on Bama. I mean, they're full air raid. I think Jam Miller comes back this week, maybe next week. I think Bama has the same lineup that Penn State does, where they got a bye this week, and then they play what? Or they play, I think, at Georgia. Is it at Georgia? Yeah, it's at Georgia. So,
yes.
Hopefully, Miller comes back to make the game a lot more competitive. We saw that Georgia can get the ball thrown all over them, no problem. So, I think this game. I mean, obviously, last year it was an insane game where it was a tale of two halves. They were up, I think, 2 to 3 scores in the first half last year, Georgia, and then ended up blowing it, and then came back, and then almost blew it again. I think it was the other way around. I think Bama was up big, and then
no.
But
it was Bama. It was like 20.
Hopefully, we get another one of that in 2 weeks. But I think Bama might have been written off too early. There's a lot of teams that are dead right now. I don't think Bama's one of those.
No, I think they have a chance to bounce back in. All right, just finishing out the rest of the FCS matchups. Norfolk State loses to Rutgers 60-10. Maryland beats Townsend 44-17.
So,
Nebraska wins 59-7.
What game was next chronologically?
Oregon Northwestern was at noon.
Iowa beats UMass 47-7.
Yep.
And that's pretty much all those games, and then there's our games, and then the last one, which was late at night, which I fell asleep at halftime of.
Well, I'd like to hit on USC and Purdue real quick. Not a lot to write. I didn't watch most of it, but I can say this. Purdue had the most college play I've ever seen.
Ever.
Double lateral pass.
Dropped.
That was dropped, fumbled, and the USC player just played it terribly. And then the quarterback for Purdue picked it up and went for a touchdown and broke a tackle, I think. Am I wrong? And did I see he broke a tackle too?
Oh, I don't know. There was a little bit of everything.
No, I was watching USC. Granted, there were some external factors for that reason. But they were doing this thing at the end of the game where they were trying to prove they could run the ball. And I was just seeing right through it. I just don't think that Purdue had the horses to really do it. But I mean, Purdue looked better than a lot of people thought they were already going to beforehand this season and stuff. But I don't know, USC. There's just something about Lincoln with his little microphone, his little fucking radio on the sideline, being like, quarterback pass, run, pass. It's just like high schoolish. I don't know, and I don't know. I can't wait to play him in a few weeks. It's gonna be probably my season decider. So
but yeah, so we'll just touch real quick on this game. Minnesota without Darius Taylor didn't look great. They kind of didn't have the horses to keep up with JKS, who's been balling out. I mean, he's probably been the most consistent underclass, one of the most consistent underclassmen quarterbacks so far. What he has, he's getting like Heisman hype, which is crazy to me. But
I got a gun to your head. Keep talking.
Yeah, we kind of all predicted Cal to win, and they came out and won. I mean, the traveling to the West Coast late at night, it really is such a tough thing, especially if you don't do the right travel plans.
Minnesota looked awful. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
I was half paying attention because there was another Texas A&M Notre Dame game on.
And Darius Taylor, I don't even factor this in.
Yeah. So
hold on, Zach.
Yeah. And then into that fight that was boring.
Oh no.
But whatever.
Yeah. And then so we'll just go on Oregon Northwestern. I didn't watch a second of this game.
Is it happening again?
No, I didn't watch any of that.
Is that happening to me again?
Yep.
Of course. All right. So you cannot hear me now. You're gonna hear me in like 20 seconds.
Yeah.
No, he looks fine. He looks fine. He looks fine to me.
No, his lips are not moving. His lips are not like he's like in a dubstep voiceover.
He's fine for me.
Okay,
literally right now you can hear what I'm saying. Move my hand
yes.
as I say it.
Yes.
Dictating it.
Look at his lips. He's about 10 seconds off.
No, I think you're lagging.
Okay, maybe I am. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks fine for me.
Lovely. So let me do this so I know to edit it around here.
Okay.
Well, we'll just fight through it, I guess.
It's fine for me.
Sorry, folks. Behind the scenes, Wizard of Oz curtain pull. We're having some wicked technical difficulties, mostly on me and Cozy's end here. For once, it's not Zach's fault. It's
I know.
Cash those tickets. You guys are now bankrupt. I apologize. But yeah, Northwestern, Oregon. Didn't watch this game. I was obviously at my game. I saw one highlight. Was there a single Northwestern fan in the stands?
Okay, well, I will say this. There was actually a decent crowd for Northwestern there, a very decent crowd. And I will say this, the one thing that I noticed was, and I kind of even said this because we had to kind of finagle around at the tailgate, and we could only get the Northwestern Oregon game because ESPN and ABC have everything blacked out if your phone is connected and mirroring into a TV, etc. So I only saw Oregon and Northwestern at the noon kickoff games. The one thing I will say is it was kind of crazy and nuts. Big noon kickoff was there, and they're getting ready to go in, and it's like a packed big noon kickoff with all these Northwestern fans, and I'm just like, why are they standing outside the stadium for a noon kickoff? Like, why are they not inside the stadium?
Whoops.
And then you get in, and it's like, it's a 50-50 crowd, basically.
Maybe, there's only, 10,000 people?
Yeah. But still,
wow.
Like, there was a lot of Oregon fans there. They seem to be more of the excited crowd, stuff like that. But you know what? You're saying Oregon did not start out this game well. Like, this was a very bad start to a game. It's kind of like they sleptwalked through the first, pretty much the first quarter and a half. And then second half, they really picked it up, like third quarter especially. And, I mean, it was 34-0. And someone in this podcast said that Oregon covering was a free money bet. So don't know who that was. Oh, that's right. And then Northwestern scored 2 touchdowns late.
One was like 70 yards. Like,
it was. And you know what? You saw a lot of flaws from Oregon. It wasn't the whole like, oh man, we're so good. I mean, look, they kind of really honestly majorly benefited from Northwestern's mistakes more than anything, because Oregon, like I said, first half, Northwestern had their shots. They had their chances, and they just didn't take advantage of it. What the backbreaker was, Oregon scored a touchdown right before half to take it from 10-0 to 17-0. And that was you just could see the wheels fall off. But I will give credit where credit's due. That was a really, really, really good drive by Oregon to end the half. It was about a 90-yard drive. Look, am I thinking Oregon's going to compete for the Big Ten? All's going to be told on that whiteout game at Penn State. That might be a little telling, considering they come to Happy Valley.
I'm getting less and less confident in Oregon's going to kill them, but sorry, that Penn State's going to kill them. So,
I was going to say, wait, whoa! I don't think Oregon's going to.
Where I'm at, listen, I think there's only like 1 or 2 legit teams in college football this year currently that I've seen enough of where I'm like, okay, Oregon and Miami are on that short list. So,
yeah,
it's a big week. I mean, it is a, talk to a significant other in the morning, go, apple picking in the morning or some shit, maybe on Sunday. That 7:30 window, I will not be moving until midnight, maybe 1 a.m.
I mean, we have a bye that week. Blake has a bye that week.
As well.
It's like a perfect week to watch that game. And those games are going to be, we'll discuss when it comes time, but those 2 games will probably prove to us who are the top legitimate teams in the country.
And I'll either
Now,
be
funnily enough, I was on the phone with a friend of the program, TK, earlier today. I think this weekend is more impactful for the conference than next, but we can talk about it when we get there later.
Yeah.
yes. Okay, well, let's go ahead and start with your game since you guys were super, super easy at noon.
Yeah. A lot of dialogue around this game. On the field, it was exactly what you've been you as me. You've been looking for after a frustrating road loss with like issues of play calling and such. I mean, they let Bryce do whatever the hell he wanted. Biff is hilarious. He's a great, fun interim coach. I almost wish he could coach a game every year because he's just so funny. I mean, he's just this fat old rich white guy that was like very, very, very independently wealthy. And he's like, I think Bryce is Batman. We need to get his DNA tested. And then he's like, they're like, hey, like, what impact did you have on his game? He's like, I think a golden retriever could have coached Bryce. It's like, all right, dude. Like, okay, well, at least you give me fun quotes. That's fun. So, a lot of coach speak around the media and the rest of the staff about how Sharon implemented this game plan, which begs the question, did he actually, if everyone's saying it, does that mean he actually did it, or what's the deal here? I would actually love your guys' input on that after, and I'm second here. But, yeah, Bryce was throwing all over the yard. We did what Penn State wished they could do. We didn't throw a pass for the final 25 minutes of the game. Literally, it was only runs. Like, David, we played 3 quarterbacks, but there's only stats of 1 quarterback because they just came in and handed the ball off every time. Every running back on our roster has a scholarship scored, all 4. Bryce had 100 on the ground and 2 touchdowns. Justin Haynes had 2 touchdowns. Haynes had 1. Marshall had 2. Bryson Kutzdahl had 1. Jasper Parker had 1. Andrew Marsh had an end around. It was perfect. It was 6 guys scoring rushing touchdowns, 8 touchdowns. Bryce was dotted up all over the field. Literally almost 0 complaints. The stars were in a little bit longer than I would have liked. Some of the veteran starters, like I get some of the younger guys coming in, which is nice. But yeah, we had a few freshmen playing almost the entire game. This whole Rod Moore thing, I don't think he plays for Michigan ever again. They've been saying he's a week away for the last 3 weeks. And it's just,
he's been a week away for like the whole season.
Right. I'm getting the Will Johnson vibes. He was a week. Yeah, he was like, potentially coming back end of last year. He tore his ACL 18 months ago. So he should have played end of last year. But I don't know. But I don't know if you guys saw any of the comments from all of the media. And it was kind of a niche thing for Michigan. But you guys are at least close enough to the situation where it almost feels weird because like Chip Lindsey's the only one that hasn't said anything publicly. And he's probably sitting there with his feet up right now. Like, see, I told you, MFs, I know what I'm doing. And every other coach is like, oh, yeah, this was Sharon. This is Sharon. And then a lot of the media bought and paid for is like, this is Sharon. This is Sharon. Does that just stink to you guys too? Or am I?
It just felt like a lot of forced media on saying that, like there was like a thing that somebody said about like, we're doing exactly what Sharon wanted. And I'm just like
before they turn the cameras on the press room, they're like, hey, here's a gun to your head. All you have to say this or you're fired.
It just seems like there's, I don't know.
It seems like you're pushing that Sharon has all the hands on this because he was able to coach until 11:59 p.m. on Friday.
Correct.
And it was just like, I don't know. It felt like the university as a whole wants to give Sharon more credit and more of, hey, we made switches this week because this looked bad at Oklahoma. But at the same time, it's like, well, it also looked bad against New Mexico. And now it's looked bad for 2 weeks. And now all of a sudden,
it wasn't that bad against New Mexico. And obviously they're a way better team than anyone thought.
Correct. But here's the thing, Central also, some people thought Central was going to be a lot better because they beat San Jose State and
hung with Texas, but now Texas sucks. So
yeah, I mean, Texas has right now, honestly, quarterback who's injured playing.
When do we start sliding Ohio State down because their resume is nothing now? I'm not even trying to be a
You
smart
can't
ass.
do that. You can't.
Actually, go right ahead. I hope so. I actually don't.
I personally, I would have all these teams moving up and down, no matter the result. Like, because that's my thing is like you're moving these teams down, and then it's like okay, then you're moving them up, but it's like maybe they aren't that bad, maybe aren't very good.
Yeah, but then here's the
like
other
FSU
thing.
should move up more because Bama's killing other teams.
Yeah, but
Notre Dame stinks. So is Miami that good?
Well, hold on. I was going to say, what about Miami? Because you said Miami was like all about this, and
correct. But
I just think that it's a hard.
Where's Notre Dame now?
It's a hard take when Ohio State.
Notre Dame would be the unranked this year, and I got screamed at. Me and you, Cozy, both talked about it week 1 of this podcast.
I think it's crazy saying that because like Ohio State played Ohio, who potentially could be back-to-back MAC champs, versus Penn State, who played.
It was a 3-point game in the third quarter, Zach.
Yeah, but wasn't Penn State like 10-0 at halftime last week against FIU?
Wait, what?
I don't believe in Penn State either, so I'm completely in agreement with you.
I just that it's tough.
Like this is the thing. I know Josh Pate was going to talk about it last night. Vanderbilt should be ranked higher than a lot of these teams. I just personally think, based on what they've done to people. And if we want to quickly touch on that game, just because we talked about it on the pick, shout out the Gary transitive property, 1-0 system play, plus a lot of units. Vandy minus 11 alt spread. I don't even know if you could have taken that. Probably like plus 400, 500. Never in doubt. Never in doubt.
Yeah, that was my lock of the week, and that was not good. But let's hear the input from Mr. Zach Stowe and his YSU Penguins.
I had a second TV at the bar I was watching, so I did have an eye on this game.
Yeah, offense, 2 thumbs up. Defense, 2 thumbs down. That's the easiest way to put it. Offense was clicking on all cylinders. There was not really any stopping us. We kind of scored most drives, but we couldn't stop them to save our lives. They ran quick screen, quarterback run, screen, quarterback run, quick screen, probably 12 times. The first 3 drives they ran 7 trick plays. I think it was tough. Yeah, I mean, we just got to get pressure. Like no pressure in the last 2 weeks is unbelievable, and that's the main issue right now. And that's pretty much all I got in it. Like offensively, if we play offensively like we have these last 2 weeks, I don't really see any issues. But it's just the defense is not really stopping them. So,
question.
Yeah.
How hurt is Marsh? Because I think that you guys have a legitimate chance to beat USC, and I'm very serious.
Mr. Smith in his press conference said that if there's any sort of even limited, he's still going to play no matter what. Even if he's limited in practice, that's what he said in his press conference.
Now, is your coach a terrorist that pathologically lies about injuries like mine, or no?
No.
Okay.
No.
Sharon said he's going to play no matter what. That means Nick Marsh is out 3 to 4 weeks.
The one thing I will say is I had a very close eye on this game. A vested interest considering it's like the hometown team. I think YSU might be a little better than people think.
A ranked team. They're ranked.
They are ranked.
They are ranked.
They are ranked. Then the coaches poll. I believe they got ranked actually by the AP poll now, which is good because basically if you're ranked in FCS, you are a playoff team. Now, granted, they play in the same conferences, North Dakota State, South Dakota, and South Dakota State. So those are probably
that's tough.
Four easily losses. But I mean, there were some drives where I was like, okay, seriously, Sparty, come on. Like,
we know who their OC is, right?
Who's OC? Michigan State's or YSU's?
YSU's.
I do
Mike
not.
Yurcich from Penn State.
Oh.
So noted domestic terrorist. when I said this because we have one of my good roommates here. He's a Sparty, and our new buddy that comes over is a Penn State guy, and we were all giving him shit because he was talking about how Bryce didn't look good against Michigan and stuff. It was a funny joke, and I was like, "Hey, Penn State guy, do you know who their OC is? Mike Yursich." And he looks at me like, "You let him go up and down the field with D2 players on your team?"
I mean,
I don't know. It was a sleepy game. Like it's weird. Like y'all had an emotional late night game. I understand why you didn't look the best.
Yeah, and
I would love to make fun of Sparty. I would, but I can't right now.
Yeah, and I will say this: down 14-10 with what was it, like a minute 30 left in the second quarter, and I'm like, oh my gosh, YSU's like going to drive and take the lead at halftime, and this is just going to be like what Twitter Big Ten group chat would have been real
I
fun.
sent a lot of penguin emojis. The penguin emojis in my most recent emojis on my phone.
If YSU would have been winning at halftime, oh man, there would have been.
And then they throw a pick.
Yeah, and then they throw a pick, and it was like, damn. They were
that's
so
the D2
close.
team I know. Yeah.
I mean, we're up 31-10. We just and then we threw a pick that was like not the quarterback's fault. Like our running back, I think he missed the assignment, and the ball got tipped at the line, and it just went like it wasn't really Child's fault at all. Like the ball just got tipped. Like it happens. It's not like it's like a forced pass or anything. There was not really any passes throughout the game that I was like, oh, he's forcing this in there. Like there was one, but nothing really that was major in like danger territory.
Then you had the missed field goal, which 37-yarder, he's got to be able to make that.
Yeah, that's like a Ohio State kicker missed field goal right there.
Yeah, that was so bad.
Has the yips only against Michigan.
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, that kicker loves having the yips against Michigan. Is he still there? Is it Fielding still?
Fielding.
Oh man!
I swear to God, that kid's been there for like 20 years.
Fielding. Yeah, I know. I feel like he was the kicker against Georgia in 2022.
No, that was Noah Ruggles. You got the wrong.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What a hero! The only reason a lot of Michigan fans are still alive today is that kid.
I'm pretty sure Fieldings he's a senior, but I think he's only played for 2 years, 3 years.
All right, Cozy, go ahead and talk about our boy Parker
stealing American jobs like the rest of these goddamn special teaming Aussies.
Talk about Parker Navarro.
Okay. Anyways, there was a lot of good. There was a lot of bad early, very bad opening drive. You drive down the field. You look pretty crisp. And then you just kind of, I don't know, you get first and goal, and then it's almost like you tried to like force it to run the ball like when you got in the red zone. And I'm like, why? We're throwing the ball very well. Like Julian looks comfortable. He's throwing it pretty well. And then right away, like I said, right down the field, and then you turn it, you didn't score. You literally got sacked on 4th and goal. You could kind of feel a little bit people getting restless, especially then. You drove down the field twice again. You kicked field goals. But you know what? The one thing is where I thought Ohio was going to be able to kind of keep up with us, especially like in this game, was their offense. And their offense just looked terrible.
Yeah, Parker got hurt so early that it was like.
Well, and you know what? Here's the thing. He got hurt, but then he came back in. So,
yeah.
I mean, it's not like he missed a ton of the game, but it's like it almost seemed like OU was a little bit timid to run their offense, though. They didn't really want to test our plays, like our players and stuff like that. So it was kind of like you just kind of got that sense where it was like, okay, yeah, I mean, we're kind of doing this thing, et cetera, et cetera. And then it was like, it almost seemed like OU was sitting back, even down like 13-0. They were like, okay, like we're going to only be in this if Ohio State makes mistakes. And sure enough, right before half, a mistake. They get a field goal out of it. And then right to start the second half, another mistake on defense for us. Finally, they break through. And then, it was kind of like, okay, let's get a little nervous, but not real overly nervous. You go right down the field, kick a field goal. Now, granted, it was just one play by probably our new starting running back, Bo Jackson.
I don't know why he hasn't gotten more run. I know Michigan and Fat Tony were trying to get him hard, him and Marquise Davis.
Yeah. And you know what? It's funny because Tony recruited him to Ohio State and then left.
Yeah.
And then he wanted him to flip. And basically it was
a big no.
Yeah, it was a big no because the dude is an Ohio boy. He actually, fun fact here, Clark Kellogg actually helped recruit him because they went to the same high school. So when you have like a famous alum helping to get you recruited, it kind of helps a lot. Yeah, I mean, he had a monster game overall. He had 9 carries only, which I just had to look that up. It felt like he got a lot less carries than that even. He eclipsed the 100-yard mark. It's kind of sad that he didn't get his touchdown, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, when you got playmakers, stuff like that, you got to get those guys touches. Things work out in that way. But I'm going to tell you what, Julian saying really after his interception, the bad one, he looked pretty good. His second interception was not great, but it wasn't like the first one. The first one was really, really, really bad. He recovered nicely. Julian started to get his feet under him. The test is going to be in 2 weeks when we go to Washington. It's a very, very loud environment. Now, granted, I don't know how loud or crazy of an environment it will be because I can tell you off the top of my head, I know a bunch of buddies who usually don't road trip that are going out to Washington. And I have a feeling that that's a road trip destination for a lot of Buckeye fans. And shockingly, they actually bought tickets about 3 weeks ago for face value from the Washington Athletic Department. So it was not even a sold-out game yet.
Interesting.
Yes.
Yeah, very
it was for us. So, and we weren't even good last year.
Yeah. So I'm wondering if are the expectations for Washington not as high? Are they not as whatever? We're going to make our second trip out to Washington that I can remember.
Is there a chance our coach goes to UCLA?
Very much so, because the money is there and Washington does not have I don't know. That's a whole.
And I know I'm about to derail the podcast, but I'm looking at this shit. You have Ohio State, Washington, USC, Illinois, Indiana, Iowa, Notre Dame, Arkansas, LSU, Ole Miss, Auburn, A&M, Georgia, Alabama, Oregon, Penn State. Oh my God, Zach, we have the best bye week of all time. This is unreal.
Oh, on the 27th? Dude. It's going to be so much fun.
Yeah, dude, week 5 is unreal.
And we have the Ryder Cup for golf.
And the Ryder Cup, same weekend.
It's going to be unreal.
It's funny you say that because Jed Fish was at one point, reminder, an interim head coach for the UCLA Bruins. So it's possible.
Yeah, and he's buddies with Jimmy, and Jimmy's down in LA too. I wonder if he would take Nico. I think a lot of coaches would be willing to take Nico. I really do.
I can agree with that.
But
yeah. But anyways,
I don't know what Nico's plans are.
Look, I mean,
I have to wonder.
Overall, there were some scary moments. Yes, like Blake said, it was a 4-point game to start the third quarter. Was I worried or scared or nervous or anything of the sort against OU? No. They're a good team, though. They're a much better team than I'm going to tell you what, I didn't think they were even this good. I think that they are a much better team. The one thing I will say is Parker Navarro might get suspended. I have not seen any word on it, but
that was crazy.
Why did he try that?
That was a straight red card in soccer. Buddy last man just kicked Kenyatta in the leg as hard as he could.
Yeah, and you know what? Here's the thing. I didn't even when I first saw it, I was like, dude, come on, Parker. Now biased because he is my college fantasy quarterback. But
suspension.
I was like, why did you do that, man? What are you doing? You know you're not going to get away with it.
As a commissioner, I might have to step in for the safety of the sport and suspend him with commissioner powers. Good point.
I just wondered if you guys had seen that and what your thoughts were on that, because when he did that, I was like, dude, come on, man.
Yeah,
you're better than this.
It was objectively hilarious. Knowing that no one got hurt after it, I think it was very
well.
funny.
Here's the thing: he didn't make contact, I don't think, but it's very hard to see if he did or not. But if he did make contact, Kenyatta Jackson is a man. He's a man.
Yeah, did Parker Navarro get turf toe from kicking his leg?
Yeah. Other than that, I mean, that's pretty much our Big Ten week, and now on to preview next. Well, we can talk about it because I know you. What was your lock of the week, Blake? I forget.
It was my good friend Richard Rodriguez. I thought the play was dead, but I believe I did not watch a snap of this game. There was a lot going on that slate. TV1 was I was at the bar. It was TV1 was obviously the SEC showdown.
Yep.
Then it was all the Michigan State fans there. And then it was the Tigers in extras losing to the Marlins. It was a 2 p.m. start. It's a diabolical start when you got Michigan State on at 3:30 and all that going on. I'm quickly trying to see the score. I couldn't even tell the final score. I think they won outright. I'm pretty sure.
Who?
They won in overtime.
Yeah, they won outright, and then the field loses his mind.
And let me tell you, the West Virginia pit or the West Virginia crowd after the game, was absolutely amazing. They literally stayed for 20 to 30 minutes after the game, and this is why you should have West Virginia Pitt every single year.
And they just extended it for the next 15 years.
Last year, when Pitt upset West Virginia, all the Pitt fans stayed in the stands and were screaming and yelling for 30 minutes after their game. So,
they were down 10. Yeah, they were down 10 with 10 minutes to go.
Oh, yeah. Oh, it was a huge rally. Took it to overtime, and it was the same. West Virginia did the same thing to Pitt. It did to West Virginia last year.
Oh. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What else are your guys' locks? I don't even remember.
Well, mine lost completely and got destroyed, but
mine probably was USC, and I think that lost.
Mine was Lenore Sellers, South Carolina, who was going to cover against Vandy. Now,
don't
hold on.
He got hurt yet. They were still down.
It was 21-7.
He got hurt.
Speaking of hurt, if you bet on what's his face, DJ Lagway, your bullets would have been hurt with his 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah.
Wait. Oh, yeah, it's just.
Did you think there was 6?
I thought there was 6 for some reason.
Oh, no. It was only 5. Yeah, that was a good game. You had that one. And at the same time was our good friend, potentially friend of the program. He's one person removed from being a friend of the program, Mr. Trinidad, down in South Carolina, down in the Grove.
Yes.
Took care of business in a very scary game. I don't know if anyone saw when Austin Simmons threw a touchdown. It was very funny.
Oh, he was on one leg. He was limping.
Yeah. Trinidad, they realized that they only had 2 quarterbacks, and Trinidad hit his hand earlier in the drive. So Austin Simmons comes in, Cozy, their actual starter. He's literally cannot put weight on his right leg, and he's left-handed. So he so thankfully he just kind of like stood as one leg and just like floated a wide open pass. It was kind of embarrassing that a quarterback that literally could not move just was able to just flick his foot to a wide
He
open
just
guy.
just floated it over, and it was beautiful. And it was kind of sick that he came in.
But yeah,
he said I couldn't walk, and then
quarterback
Trinidad came back in
an SEC game.
Yeah, like
awesome.
And he's probably gonna win more. Like that's unreal. Like that's like the perfect.
Austin
like
looks very hurt.
Oh, so. he can't even walk. I mean, it's unreal.
I'm trying to see because I like I just mentioned they play at LSU, so I think it's at LSU. That'd be sick. Imagine Trinidad walking into Death Valley.
No. It's at
the Grove.
At Ole Miss. It's at the Grove this week.
Okay. Oh, that's
every year those guys play, and it's like 100 to 100. Every year that game's 100 to 100. I remember the Jaden Daniels Jackson Dark.
Wait a minute. Hold on 1 second. I think I got that wrong. It's LSU at Ole Miss, September 27th at 3:30 p.m.
Yep.
So
that's good.
Oh, they got Tulane at home this week. Now that could be interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be really good. I think that's going to be really good.
Wow. Okay.
Guess the spread. I have the spread. Guess it.
I just saw it, so I don't know.
I'm going to say 15.
Oh, wow. Okay. I thought you were going to say like 6 or 7. It's 11.
Yeah. I think that's a big spread.
What is it?
Which makes me think you got to take it.
Oh, okay.
But
I mean, their offense looks electric. But Lane, I don't know if he knows what defense is, because they did not play a lick of defense in the first half.
Speaking
of ND, no defense.
Well, I was just going to say, we can say in the SEC and talk about no defense as well.
There's no defense all over the world. Yeah. Any game we want to touch on quickly. I mean,
has zero defense. I don't think there was any defense played all week. Except Clemson, Georgia Tech.
I will just say this. Clemson, Georgia Tech, there was some defense played. That was a great game. I told everyone Georgia Tech was going to win. That was my upset of the week with Georgia Tech last week. I should have made it my lock of the week. Impressive win.
Week was Cal, Zach.
What's that?
It
probably was.
Because you had a lock and an upset. And I was like, you already have both.
Yes, it was Cal. And that was a good call. Man.
Yeah.
I didn't even know Darius Taylor was out at that point.
Yeah. That walk-off field goal was the only play I saw the whole game. I saw it live, which was sick.
Okay, and can I just say this? One of the quickest rushing of the field I've ever seen out of Georgia Tech students. It was awesome.
Hey, they're sharp kids down there. They know how to do it well.
They were like, boom, and then they got the field goal post, and they took the field goal post out of the stadium. It was awesome. Kind of funny, and I didn't even realize this. Georgia Tech had not beaten Clemson since 2008 before that game. That's a long time to play someone every year and not win. And especially it's not like a Georgia Tech is just like that program that gets beat 45 times in a row by the same team.
They were good back then.
Yes. The last time they won was with Calvin Johnson.
Checks out.
I think Calvin was there then, but I could be wrong.
That makes sense.
Anyways.
Either Calvin or Demaryius Thomas, one of the two. So
the other game obviously was the 3:30 thrilling overtime game. Tennessee needs to find a field goal kicker to boot one through.
I don't know.
That kid was scared for his life.
Yes.
My thing is this, dude. So, and they were talking about it. I forgot who it was. They had an incredible breakdown, and they said it's just a total dichotomy of what a kicker is. You have the Georgia Tech one where you don't give them enough time to even think about it. That's just straight instinct. You knew Tennessee was kicking a field goal for probably 5 to 10 real-life minutes, and they had that camera on that kid for the entire time. It reminds me of, what game was it, the playoff, where the kicker shanked it? Was it Texas, where the kid shanked it to go to overtime, and they just kept showing Sark, like, holding and doing back rubs with his kicker? Was it Texas and Brett Auburn against Arizona State?
Arizona State, yeah. I think it was Texas against Arizona State, yes.
They had that camera on that poor kid for the whole time. They did the same thing here. And then, funnily enough, is the kid was nails in overtime.
Yeah.
But settling for that long of a field goal, I know it's like, 40 yards. It shouldn't be that long, but in college, you never know. But I don't know. The funniest stat for me, I don't know if anyone saw the stat. I follow, obviously, Tennessee a bit closer than y'all. Josh Heupel has scored first in every game he's coached against Kirby Smart and lost every single game. And this year was like was the prime. They were 21. They were up 21-7 with the ball in the first quarter.
Correct. Yes. Oh, yeah. I mean, it was. It almost looked like Tennessee was going to run away with the game, and then what? And here's the bad thing where they didn't
drop the balls on that game.
Well, here's the other thing is what they didn't capitalize on was when Georgia had a turnover. Like when Georgia turns the ball over and then you punt, and then they have the interception, obviously, at the end of the half. Like that didn't even count.
No.
But, I mean, Georgia also, like, it just seemed like every time that Georgia did something wrong, it's Tennessee couldn't capitalize. So you had the fumble where they got no points out of it. Then you had where they only got a field goal out of another fumble because they went 4 yards. And it's like, that was the time to be the killer instinct, put the nail in the coffin, and you left the door wide open.
Yeah, with elite teams and elite coaches like Kirby, exactly. You give them the doors cracked, they're gonna break through. Like, what was that? What was even the play? It was in like 4th and 7 or something, and they just throw this crazy moonball end zone shot straight into his hands, and then they go for 2 wide open, walk it in.
Yeah,
they did it against Bama last year too. They do the same play every single time, and it works.
Yep. But yeah. I mean,
Georgia can run the football again, so that's a little scary. But they have no defense. Just terrifying. Speaking of running the ball and no defense,
my favorite team, the Notre Dame Fighting Irish, who they
can
run the ball.
To see them.
They can run the ball, but they have no defense. And okay, I just want to say this. I am a Notre Dame hater through and through. Everyone knows this. But they got screwed at home. They got screwed. Oh, not kind of.
My thing is, too, they got bailed out with a phantom call on that kick return as well, where they would have had the ball if they got lucky on that call, and then if they didn't get a BS call there, they sneaky would have done better. Obviously, we didn't know that they were going to march on the field and win. But I didn't know Buckner was still in college. And unfortunately for the world, everyone knows he is, and everyone knows why they know he knows he's in college.
And everybody knows why he got benched.
Oh, jeez. I mean, this dude was playing lacrosse and then went to Bama, started a game for Alabama under Nick Saban, and is now holding kicks at Notre Dame. I love the portal sometimes. That's funny.
He's not holding kicks. He's dropping them.
Yep.
Yeah, valid.
And they said he probably shouldn't have had eligibility. Is that correct?
I think he's a part of the Pavia thing somehow. Well, I think, isn't he trying to get another year even more, which is hilarious?
Pavia, he came out today and said it's all fake. And it was his last year.
Well, I will say that the dude is shooting his shot with Tate McRae currently on the timeline. And
that was funny.
About to bang his mom, so that's very interesting.
Yeah, that's some funny statements.
On to this week, I think. Are we?
Yeah. Friday we got one game, Rutgers, Iowa,
and it might be really good. That's all I got to say. Keep going, Zach.
Yes, Marcel Reed is a baller.
By the way, unreal jersey game.
Yes.
Script Aggie, all white.
Oh
my God, it was perfect.
Yes.
Notre Dame. It's always a good jersey game with Notre Dame, unfortunately. But yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. You got Rutgers, Iowa on Friday. On to Saturday. We'll just go through the games. Maryland, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is a 10.5 point favorite. Holy smokes. That's crazy to me. Oregon State in the Civil War. Oregon minus 34.5.
Is this the only cool thing about the reverse conference expansion where we get these rivalry games in the middle of September?
Yeah,
Pretty much, yeah.
it's like cool, I guess.
That Apple Cup last year was that was the Mateer coming out party.
Yeah. 3:30, Purdue, Notre Dame. Notre Dame's 26-point favorites. Illinois, Indiana might be, if not game of the week. Illinois minus 5.5.
Interruption time here. I would like to take my lock of the week.
Okay.
The Illinois Illini money line.
Wow.
Yes. I rolled with Illinois all season. They've been my lock of the week. Out of the 3 podcasts we've done, they've been my lock of the week twice.
Look,
They're my lock of the week. I am very confident in Illinois.
this won't mean a lot to a lot of people. I am working on a stream between Diamond and Bielema. I'm doing my best. I think a Barstool Electric Chair type stream with those two would be the funniest thing to ever happen in the history of the internet. But I'm working on it. So,
and then Washington State is the nightcap. No, it's not the nightcap. Minus 20.5 Washington, and then the nightcap. Well, first off,
like more nightcap.
Nebraska versus Michigan at 3:30. Michigan 2.5-point favorites. We'll discuss that in a second. The nightcap, Michigan State at USC at 11 p.m. Eastern time. USC 18-point favorites. Yeah, I mean, we can kind of go through, like, if you have a lock of the week, we'll discuss that, and then we'll just kind of go over.
I do have a lock of the week, and it is the first thing I've ever done this in the history of the podcast. My lock of the week is Michigan. I have not been this confident about a football game, legitimately confident, since the Rose Bowl. The Oklahoma thing, it was like I could feel there was something wrong about why I was confident, which makes sense. Obviously, I was never confident last year. Give me a break. This is the most confident I've been in a long time. No Sharon means we know for sure Bryce is going to go crazy. I understand it's a very weak comparison, but if we remember in their Super Bowl, Brennan Sornsby, who couldn't throw a forward pass, looked like Lamar Jackson against that defense. Now you've got 6'5" Lamar Jackson actually playing you, so I'm very interested to see how that one turns out. I'm getting sick of this. Those of you that follow very closely the BS that this little fake Mahomes does, both of his tight ends are now engaged. So if you want to know how sick this nasty work is, he's even forcing his tight ends to get engaged. Not one, but two. So they're focusing on the wrong things. This is their Super Bowl. This team is not built for Super Bowls. They're not built for big games. They're going to lose this game in embarrassing fashion. And there is a certain person I'm going to MF for the next month until his team loses on the national stage with him in person. Go Ducks. That's all I got.
All right. I've decided my lock of the week. Lock of the week for this week. Oh, Blake is laughing. What's happening here?
No, I just said sorry. Sorry. I was just.
I thought I started lagging.
Keep going.
Lock of the week. Nebraska, Michigan. 45.5 points.
Oh.
A freshman going to a second game on the road.
You said over?
I mean, there's going to be mistakes. Under the 45.5 points is my lock of the week. There is going to be a lot of defense, a lot of passing defense happening here. And yeah, it just seems like a fishy line, and there's got to be some reason that it's so low. So I think that there's going to be some defense played and a lot of running the ball. So I'm going under 45.5 points as my lock of the week.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now the Battle of the Iliad. What's your take on it, Zach?
On the Battle of Illinois versus Indiana?
No, the Iliad. Come on, man. Trojans versus Spartans, dude. Come on.
Sorry, I was like
one time for mythology. I'm telling Gary on you. You don't know Greek mythology. This guy's canned.
Ciao, Gary. Yeah, I mean, it should be question marks who plays. We'll go into the week and see. The spread is kind of showing that maybe there's some injuries that aren't going to be playing, but I also see that it is favoring the night game. It's favoring being at USC and the travel and everything, which makes sense. Defensively, if we show up, I think we can compete. And I mean, 56.5 points. If you told me that MSU was in a 56.5 point total last year, I would say you're crazy because we kind of struggled moving the ball, and the offense seems like it's figuring it out. So, yeah, I think that it should be closer than the spread shows. Do I think we have a chance? Absolutely. I mean, anybody has a chance going into every week, but it's just a tough game, tough place to play. Now, them sending out letters telling their fans to stay at the games because they can't get people to stay at the games is pretty crazy.
Well, that letter's coming out. It's crazy.
Yeah, like it has been a tough place to play. It's just we're traveling 2,200 miles. It's not like it's some close place, but yeah, it should be interesting. But if we play up to our expectations, I think we can make this very interesting and surprise a lot of people going into this week. I mean, Purdue kind of showed the formula, but they were at home, so a bit different. But maybe we can take advantage of a couple other things that people started to see last week. So
I'm very torn between the spread and the over for Sparty. I think you guys, or maybe I might just do your team total. But I think
Cozy doesn't even play this week.
I know.
Dang it.
I'm bored.
Cozy has a bye.
Cozy's playing Indiana.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I'm also on board with the Illinois train. By the way, I think that is a fair assessment. I think that they have been the better team the last. Honestly, if we're being serious, okay, I think they've been the better team the last 2 years. I think the Indiana hype was due to scheduling. If Illinois, I think. Did they play last year?
No, they did not.
No, they didn't. No, I think if Illinois had played Indiana last year, they would have beat them. I think that there's a chance.
This is the first time that both teams are ranked in the history of the matchup.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I was thinking this is probably the biggest Illinois-Indiana game I can ever remember. And you know what? It's not that Illinois has been ranked because I think
game they should have gone here, but that's a whole different thing.
Yes, where are they at?
Florida, Miami.
Oh well, they're at Miami.
Come on, man.
Come on.
I mean, I get not going to Texas, Utah because that's big. It's big noon. But
yes,
Illinois, Indiana. That's sick. I mean, Bloomington's a hell of a place up there.
Now you mentioned it. Texas Tech and Utah. That is the game of the week. That game is going to be dynamite.
Correct. And the amount of stoking jokes that the Barstool people are going to make on live television is going to be something.
Yeah, I mean, Utah has been playing unbelievable.
Dude, shout out my Utes. I told you. Listen, my three teams this year, one got exposed last week. The other one should have lost to Kent State. And then Utah has just been killing people. The Bulls were in a
Who got exposed? Who got exposed last week?
The Bulls. The USF Bulls.
Both Bulls.
Both Bulls. Yeah. I was gonna say not Tennessee because Tennessee played a damn good game. Their just kicker was not ready for it.
I would say they play classics. They're 3:30 classics, man. I mean, it felt a lot like that the Alabama game they had a couple years ago.
But. Yeah. There's some big games. Oklahoma plays Auburn. Tulane plays Ole Miss. Like we stated, they're all at 3:30, so Blake won't even watch them, unfortunately.
No, I'm away game. I have multi screens. I'm vibing.
Oh, okay. We're in a good spot then.
It's a rare time I'm not going to Michigan game. So.
Yeah, but like most of the ranked games spread wise are like 30, like 25 plus. Like there's not really many other close games other than those two.
There's one weird game I'd like to point out, which I think is crazy that I've seen it. Dude, UNLV goes to Miami, Ohio, that is, at noon. That's fun.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah. and it's Taquan Finn versus Calzada. That's something because Orgy's dead. We have the battle for the Iron Skillet, which I learned is a thing. SMU TCU.
Oh, that is a awesome trophy, by the way. That trophy is awesome.
Yeah,
Syracuse
I mean, there's some good
Dabo
games.
Fired. Who of you knows? Oh, Jackson Arnold back in Oklahoma. Whoa, that'll be a fun one. I just realized that one. Wow.
Yeah, there's a lot of interesting games here. One game I will say is that we could kind of see that could be interesting that I don't really know if it's going to be like. Okay, so I'm just going to say it. Tulsa and Oklahoma State play this week.
Yeah.
Yeah. If Tulsa wins this game, is Gundy fired? And I'm not even joking about that.
Guys like him are so weird because he'd never get fired mid-season, I don't think. Especially him, the amount of shite he's done.
Well, I mean, he said it was okay to drunk drive the other 2 seasons ago. So
not necessarily. He just said, "Who doesn't?"
Yeah.
Also, sleeper game of the week at 7:30. Because I don't know if it's getting much talk about Baylor versus Arizona State. I know both teams have a loss already, but those are 2 pretty damn good teams. The spread's only 2 points.
There's also Arizona, a sleeper game.
That might be a Baylor hammer play. Now that you pointed it out to me, this Arizona State thing.
There is
I hear that they were Cam Scadaboo merchants.
There is one other kind of a noon game, I would say, that is definitely should be looked at. That is going to be a dynamite game, and no one's really talking about it because neither team is ranked. But Arkansas plays at Memphis, and that is going to be a dynamite game. I'm already calling it. I think that game is like a 44-41 overtime game.
Dude, Talon Green's a beast. I cannot wait to see what he does to that Notre Dame run defense. Woo!
Also, big point that we didn't bring up. Hawaii plays Fresno State at midnight, and that rocks because it's only a 2-point spread. And that rocks. Like that's. I hope it's on TV somewhere. Yeah, I hope it's on TV. I'll be up too. I'll be at halftime.
Cool.
It wouldn't be a CBS Sports Network. I see 10:30 CBS Sports Network. They used to stream their games on Facebook. Real ones remember watching the Facebook live streams.
The only other game that I can think of that is pretty amazing is LSU hosts Southeast Louisiana this week. Should be a barn burner, let me tell you. Hopefully, after the Brian Kelly press conference last week, hopefully LSU puts up about
which
80.
ruled. I hate Brian Kelly. I don't know who doesn't. I've never been more pro Brian Kelly than that press conference. That ruled.
Yes. They won the game, and the first question you asked was, if people don't know, first question he asked was
I don't know.
Is your offense anywhere near good?
It's like bro, he just forced 5 turnovers on a guy that was like potentially getting Heisman love.
Yeah, and okay, it's a tough game. You don't need I mean, they scored enough points to win. Simple as that. That's a dumb
play and win the game. My favorite thing though was about it, Cozy. He knew that the guy he was talking to was on bullshit because he got didn't even finish the question and he lost his mind. He was ready to go. Yep. He knew that this guy was full of shit. When he called on him, he's like, "Oh, this is my little prick I got to deal with once a week."
I do want to ask one question here, and it's kind of concerning about a certain team's that could go 10-2 in the SEC and make the playoffs. They're right now ranked in the 20s, and I don't even think Blake knows who I'm talking about. But they have a game this week where they host South Carolina this week. Then they get UMass. They do have a kind of a gauntlet, but they have gauntlets.
The best Penn State quarterback in the country.
They have questions. They have a gauntlet of questionable teams. Because I'm going to be honest with you, it's Alabama, Auburn, Vandy, Texas A&M, and then there's Oklahoma also on the schedule. I'm kind of questioning it, and the reason I'm questioning it is because how good is Auburn? How good is Vandy? How good is Texas A&M? Really?
People are saying they're Mizzou or they're Mizzou. Sorry, people are saying that they are Indiana with the good media coverage.
I mean, they could be, and the thing is that Vandy game, that is a Missouri Vandy game at Vandy, that could be, and I hate to say it, but it could be for a playoff spot.
Dude, put game day there. That'd be unreal. Imagine Vandy having a game day, dude. Come on.
I mean, that game is, that game is going to be the week before. I believe that game is going to be that game is October 25th. So it's quite a ways away, and that could be for basically playoff positioning on teams to still be in the hunt or out of it. Because, I mean, dude, here's the problem. Vandy's schedule is after Georgia State, who they lost to last year, Utah State, and then Bama and LSU back-to-back. That's a tough Bama, LSU back-to-back.
Yep.
I'm just saying we're looking ahead, but I'm just saying Mizzou might be that team. And if they beat South Carolina this week, which I think they probably will, it's at home, is Mizzou going to start jumping up the ranks here soon? Because they're going to be 4-0. And then they got post that. You got I think they got a few easier games.
Yeah, very manageable SEC schedule, all things included.
Correct. And then the other thing is you got Bama at home, and we don't know what Bama is going to be like when they play Mizzou. I mean, Mizzou beats Bama, and they're playing undefeated at Auburn.
Matt Hardy, man, what a pickup! What a pickup!
So, yeah. Other than that,
yeah, I'm pretty good.
Yeah.
So, I think this will come out well. If not, I apologize for the technological difficulties. I can't speak. It's so bad right now. But
neither one of the two missed it. But there was a play that happened in the Guardians game, and I jumped. So I apologize. You'll see it probably on the blooper reel.
Exactly. Alrighty, but we all got things to do. But thank you all for taking time out of your day to watch the podcast. Like and subscribe as always. And hey, we'll see you guys next time. Peace.
Go Bucks.